Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a super fun one because I'm going to be annotating a book and taking you guys along with me. Annotating CIRCE by Madeline Miller. This is on my July TBR and I thought annotating it would be a lot of fun because it is a thicker book and it's going to be about it's gonna have content that's maybe a little harder to read than my other books. When I read Song of Achilles, I love that book so much. But since it was centered around war, it was a little bit harder. I mean, not saying CIRCE is about war, but I'm sure it's going to have some harder language to read. Madeline Miller writes very artistically, she's a very beautiful writer. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to read this really bad. I think it's gonna be such a fun book and I thought I would annotate it. Show you guys the materials, I guess, that I'm using. I only have 3 things. So the first thing I have is this post-it note thing. I guess I like using post-it notes that actually match the cover. So I'm going to use this post-it note right here because it's kind of gold, kind of matches the vibes. I was going to use a gold highlighter, but I decided to just do gray. I would have done black, but obviously you wouldn't have seen it. And then for my pen, I have this 0.3 millimeter pen. I don't know, I just got this from my school's bookstore. At the KU bookstore. I'm just gonna annotate. I'm gonna take you guys along with it. I have annotated books before and I have a few ways of annotating. Sometimes I'll just put a sticky note or a tab where I feel like something is very oh, that's cute, or if I ever wanted to give that book to someone, that tab is hey, this stuck out to me. Or sometimes I will underline things and write little notes. Although my annotating is very sporadic, I don't annotate every book. Although I will say I love marking up my books. I love it so much. I don't mind creasing the spines or doing anything like that. So annotating for me is really fun. I just don't do it that often because I feel like sometimes it does take a little bit more time or books are harder to annotate. To annotate it, I don't know exactly how I want to start this book off or start this video off. I don't want to literally video record myself reading all of it and annotating all of it, but certain parts. To start with, oh look, there's a nice little map in there. I love when books have maps. The first thing I want to do is on the title page, I actually want to do the definition of who CIRCE is. So I'm going to do that. Something that's really nice about having these tabs is it does have the ruler on the end. So I'm going to look up her little definition and then write that on there just because I think that would be a fun touch. Okay, I'm just gonna start reading and maybe start annotating this. I feel like this is maybe a little reading vlog too. I'll probably talk about the book, so if you're not wanting spoilers for CIRCE, or maybe I won't talk about it as much, but I'm definitely going to be showing passages in the book, so just be aware of that spoiler warning for you guys now. It's 2 days later. It is currently 12:36 p.m. I did not vlog at all yesterday because I spent the entire night throwing up. It's okay though. We're gonna jump back into annotating CIRCE. I feel like people usually go through their annotations, and since I haven't really updated you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of my annotations. I've been doing a lot of underlining, I feel like, and then most of my tabs are related to what is she in the story, where it feels like it is foreshadowing to something, or more Greek related things, God related things, is when I tab. So I only have I think 4 or 5 tabs at the moment. Thing I underlined is the name for what I was did not exist, so I underlined that because that's kind of feels like it's oh, what is she? I mean, we obviously know she's a sorceress, but that's not something that they knew. So I drew an arrow and I said, what is she, ? And something I found funny, it says, yet they were both titans and preferred each other's company to those new squeaking gods upon Olympus who had not seen the making of the world. And I wrote T, which I think is funny. The thing that I tabbed actually And it says, you may have other children, they told her, only not with him. But other husbands did not give Amber beads. It was the only time I ever saw her weep. So this is talking about CIRCE's mom. She birthed 4 kids with Helios, and all of them like were something was wrong, kind of. But CIRCE, obviously the firstborn, she had the most issues, and so I think that's super funny. Some of my notes are just like men eye roll. Wow, he's so sweet. JK, the bar is low. Women's power equals unmatched. That's kind of like my notes. I did highlight a few things. I realized that my gray highlighting choice probably wasn't light enough, but I'm still gonna stick with it. I personally don't like highlighting as much as I do underlining, so it's not even that big of a deal. I also I tabbed a part where CIRCE's spending time with Helios, and they're talking, and she's like, but my eyes are like yours, because they're the color of gold, or as they say it's piss colored, but it's gold. They're just making fun of her. His eyes have fire in them and hers don't. So I just thought that was important to like who she is. And like on here I drew little eyes. Like, have been enjoying it a lot. Did highlight this. It says, your mother is very beautiful, but she has never been strong. And I was just like, dang. I feel sad for CIRCE. Something sad happened. She's had a lot of people like abandoning her and also like not choosing her, and so it's a lot. I'm not that far into it. I'm only on page 66. Again, I was sick all day yesterday, and on Thursday I just had some procedures done, so my body was tired. So I have just been spending a lot of time on my phone, and I know that's not the best thing for me, so I want to try to read. So I'm just going to, hopefully my pen works because this is my favorite pen, but I'm just going to lay down and annotate, and I'll do a little time lapse again for you guys. Wanted to talk about CIRCE. I did go ahead and finish this earlier, as you saw. I know I only had a few clips of me annotating this book, but honestly I worked today. I worked from home, and so I finished it while I was doing that, and yeah, I had a lot of fun reading this book. If I give like a little recommendation about it, I rated this 5 stars. I also rated Song of Achilles 5 stars. I will say I do have a preference for Greek mythology. Like, I love reading about it. I think it's so fun to learn about it. I also think Madeline Miller's writing is incredible. Like, she has probably been my favorite writer when it comes to Greek mythology. I mean, I can only think of like her writing, and then Rick, I don't remember his last name, the guy that wrote Percy Jackson. Those are the only 2 writers I can think of, but I know I've definitely read more, and I hope to read more, which is actually funny because this book talked about Ariadne. I forget how to say it, but that was a character in this book, and I actually had the book written by Jennifer Saint, I think, and it said if you like Madeline Miller, you should read this. So I'm super excited because I'll probably be reading that soon. But anyways, this is about my annotating. I know I didn't do like close-up details, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm just going to talk about it because why not? My annotating is very lax. I go too into depth with my annotating. I underline what I think is cool. I highlight what I think is cool, and I tab what I think is cool. Sometimes when books are more specific, maybe I like do tabbing a little bit different, but for this one I really just underlined a majority of things. But like I said, I did go ahead and do what CIRCE is. This is what my annotating looks like. This one's funny because like right here I have her dad's gaslighting her, and then right here I have daddy's mad. So just like my annotating is pretty funny, and I literally just highlight that. I highlighted this specifically because it said God was afraid. That is pretty important. But yeah, this was also the page that CIRCE was like identified as a witch for the first time, so I thought that was pretty cool. I also underlined a thing that said sorcery cannot be taught, you find it yourself or you do not. I thought that was pretty insightful, if you will. Did tab things that were more like Greek related, like Greek god related, something that signified like power or something that was like monumental in the story or unworldly, I guess. But yeah, that is kind of like how I annotate. I know it's pretty basic. Maybe I can try to do a more in-depth annotation, like actually like annotating it all the way through with you, but this is just how I decided to do this video. I will of course take recommendations. This wasn't really a reading vlog, but I'm going to talk about CIRCE, so if you're not wanting spoilers, you can just skip this part and I'll see you guys next time. But yeah, I think CIRCE is such a powerful woman. I will say definitely look up content warnings because there are some things. I have seen the movie The Odyssey. I don't actually know if that's what the movie's called, but I had to watch it in high school. And I remember the witches, like I know there was CIRCE and there was also Calypso, and for some reason I remember them both to be bad, but this depiction of CIRCE, she was actually like just lost and she wasn't bad, and Odysseus actually loved her. And I just like really enjoyed this novel so much, and like seeing her and her relationship with her son and her family, I thought it was just so interesting and I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, I rated this one 5 stars, and that's basically my review because I don't want to spoil too much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry, I'm not going to apologize, but also let me know if you want to see like a more in-depth annotating video because I could definitely do that for you guys. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace and love. Bye guys.